I'm going to bring up the first comedian of the evening, a very good friend of mine, Mr. Will Newton.
Oh man, there's usually like a stool up here or something for me to put my shit on. I guess I'll just put it there. That'll be good. Now I can see it right in front of me. How's everybody doing tonight? Give a big hand to, oh, thank you. Let's everybody give a hand to Dan Scott. For hosting and throwing a life preserver to a drowning man. Thank you. I appreciate it. What's going on, man?
Great, how are you?
I'm awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, what are you drinking tonight?
Fat tire.
Fat tire. Water.
Oh yeah,
I appreciate it. You almost like went all the way with me on that one. You almost were trying to have a conversation. And I get it. I can't drink anymore like you. I wish I could drink. I can't drink anymore. Like I had a problem. Like with blackout drinking, like I stopped relying on my friends and family to keep track of me. I would just rely on the Jimmy John's delivery driver from the night before. It's a terrible, terrible system. Don't ever do that. You know, I'd wake up in like a pile of John Deere onesies at my house, call Jimmy John's for like the second sandwich in 6 hours. And they're like, yeah, sure, Mr. Newton, we'll get that right out to you. Tell me, are you still at the same address? I'm like, I don't know, where do you think I am? It's like, it says here, are you still at the dumpster behind Target? I'm like, oh, fuck. Explained my bed from last night. So I'm not really into astrology. I don't really believe that the placement of the stars and the planets up above have anything to do with down here, but for some reason, for like 1 week out of every month, my girlfriend's just a fucking bitch. And I don't want to blame it all on Jupiter, but I don't know what else to do. That joke is just to tell you that I don't understand how my girlfriend's period works at all. She makes it sound really awful though. It sounds horrible. You know, the way every time she talks about one of her period stories, it's always like a Vietnam POW. Just gotten out, just like, they always say the first one's the hardest. I went down the slide to the playground, they had to burn it down. No. Threw away a pair of white pants once. Fuck you guys, that was one too far. I have a girlfriend, which is surprising. We get in a lot of fights. We get in a lot of fights over text message, because text messaging is such a weird way of communicating with something. It can be completely non-linear, right? Like you can ask 2 questions, and then from those 2 questions, the response will spawn 2 completely different conversations that just happen at the same time, you know? So like, I transcribed one of our text fights, one of our text conversations, so I'll just read it for her. So she texted me, she goes, hey, what are you up to? Did you wash those clothes I left over your place? And I texted back like, oh, nothing much, just watching Mad Men. Sorry, I forgot about the clothes, Snoogly Bear. That's private. She goes, oh, cool, Pete Campbell's a slimy creep. And then, what are you, a fucking idiot? I need those clothes for work tomorrow. I'm like, oh, well, I know, Pete looks like he's always wearing his dad's clothes. Sorry, I didn't know you had a specific uniform for your job at the bitch factory. LOL, right. Did you like the restaurant from last night? Does the bitch factory make or only hire bitches? Yeah, the food was delicious. The bitch was the main economic export of the bitch industry, which began in your hometown. You wanted to escape the shadow of your bitch-mining father by building rockets to entertain the townsfolk of Bitchwood. Are you staying at my place tomorrow? That sounds an awful lot like the plot of October Sky. That's it. Thank you. So, I'm not much of an adult yet. I just received my diploma in the mail, and usually $30,000 bills are smaller, right? Like, usually on cheaply made paper. But I'm trying a lot to be an adult, and I'm kind of failing. I watch a lot of Magic School Bus. Who doesn't like... They cut out the best part of that show, though, really. Like, they cut out, like, all the passive-aggressive PTA meetings that have to happen before they take them on the weird fucking adventures they do. Like, yeah, I got a question. It says here you want to take my daughter to space. Am I saying that correctly? Space? So I went to the Bonnaroo Music Festival 6 months ago, and yeah, I was woo too. Bonnaroo is a fun place. Bonnaroo is just, it's a fun community. It's kind of like what happened if you put everybody in a farm, 100,000 people on a farm, you shut the gates, and you release mushrooms like an airborne virus throughout all of it. It was a really great experience, but that community experience can be ruined so quickly. Like, I was sitting in line, I was waiting to see Paul McCartney, and I was fucking stoked. There's a man that pushed past me who had in his hands, and he was trying to like push past me like this, so I got a full whiff of it. He was holding what was the most insane thing and also the most sane thing I've seen the entire, he was holding a full plate of lo mein noodles. Right? Like, it would have made more sense if he was carrying like a full-grown Chinese woman. This is a farm in Tennessee, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But he was going through and he was making excuses like, oh, I'm sorry, I gotta get this to my wife. She'll eat lo mein noodles, fuck me. And he was bringing it to her, and I was with about 15 of my friends, and we start, trying to get him to his wife. So we start chanting like, get him to his wife. And it starts to catch on, right? Like, get him to his wife. And then somehow it turned into give it to your wife. So we had all these people chanting it at this guy, and then all of a sudden, like, there's a very, very drunk man next to me who wanted to join in the festivities. And so when, like the chant died down, and he just like, yeah, if he doesn't give it to her, then we will! With all the confidence of a man, like, starting a revolution single-handedly, Like, that, like, what was going through that guy's hand? Like, all right, Jared, look, you've had 17 beers. It's finally the time to be a part of something bigger than yourself. This could be the Bonnaroo that you saw Paul McCartney and you gang raped a stranger. Thank you guys so much. My name is Luke, and enjoy the rest of the show.